Over in the AFC North, a matchup that doesn't really fit how these division games go in the AFC North. The Steelers beat the Bengals 44-38. The Bengals defense had no answer for Russell Wilson, who throws for over 400 yards, 3 touchdowns. He does throw the early pick, but we got to hear from Russ on after the game on just having fun with the Steelers this year.
Just one of the best quarterback rooms I've been in terms of just the work ethic and the talent too, and just the confidence we have in each other. I think also Arthur's done a great job of putting us in great situations, and all of us learning the offense and understanding what we want to do, how we want to get to it, us owning it too. For me, it's, I just turned 36 the other day. I feel like I'm 26. Maybe I'm 30, but I think the best part about it is we're having fun, man, and just we're having a blast doing it, and we'll do whatever it takes, to do what we need to do, what's necessary.
I like that.
He's very corny, Russell Wilson, but I really do like him. He comes off as he's had a career renaissance here, and it's great to see him thriving.
We haven't had a renaissance.
We haven't had a renaissance.
I really
in a
missed
while.
it. Yeah.
The word renaissance is making a renaissance as well. But you're right. For whatever it's worth, again, I've interviewed Russell a couple of times. The corniness of you, like that's just him.
Yeah.
Like that's not an act.
He's a movie quarterback.
Yeah.
Like that, really, that's what he is. Like
literally
if you
is.
turn on like a generic football movie, that's the quarterback.
Yeah.
Like
Right.
Dennis Quaid in any given Sunday.
Right. Honestly, any like Lifetime or Netflix, or holiday Hallmark
Yeah,
movie where the love interest is the team's the local team's quarterback. That guy.
Yeah, it's like, to me, like, Jameis is too ridiculous. Like, I just can't handle Jameis with these press conferences. It's just so insane. Russell Wilson, at least, is like, he's going like half Jameis. It's like, it's a bit more digestible.
But credit where credit is due, right? Because we've had a lot of fun on this show over the years at Arthur Smith's expense. We've had some fun at Russell Wilson for his years in Denver.
And Najee Harris.
And
the
Najee Harris.
trifecta of having fun.
I've always been a Najee man.
You've always been a Najee man. That's fair. That's fair. But, listen. You would be surprised to learn this, but Russell Wilson leads the NFL in completion percentage on passes of 15 or more air yards, which has always been sort of a hallmark of him back in the days in Seattle.
And the moon ball.
The moon ball, highly efficient, run the ball well, play good deep. Like, the Steelers team reminds me of some of those classic some of those classic Seattle teams that he was on, like the Legion of Boom type teams, where it's just like they're going to play really good defense, they're going to run the ball effectively, and they're going to take their deep shots, and he's going to be highly efficient, and that's what he has been as well. 29 of 38 in this one, as you mentioned there. Season highs for Russell Wilson in fantasy points, passing yards, and pass attempts. I don't want to call anyone out, but on Fantasy Football pregame, some moron on our desk said they would take the under in this game. I don't want to call anyone out. Because that was me.
I thought the Bengals would blow them out. I like Bengals minus 9.5.
I liked the Bengals line a lot too. I think the public got played on this one.
I did call the Steelers winning, but I said I would like that because I said this. This is a rule. This was what we gave out on Fantasy Football pregame very quickly. This is a rule that a buddy of mine, and it's actually my buddy's rule, but I've adopted it, which is anytime you see a team with a losing record getting points from a team with anytime you see a team with a losing record, giving points to a team with a winning record. Sorry. Giving points to a team with a winning record. You take the team with a winning record every single time. And so I said, again, the Bengals were favored by 3 in this game, even though they had a losing record and the Steelers had the winning record. By the way, that also happened in the Jets game. The Jets ended up closing as 1.5-point favorites against Seattle.
Market loves the Jets.
But if all you did was betting on favorites that are underdogs, betting on teams with winning records that are underdogs, you'd be 7-3 on the year. We've just using that rule at 7-3. It went 2-0. I took the Steelers money line. I took the Steelers +3 as well on pregame. But I did say I thought it would be a low-scoring AFC North battle. Credit them as well. And Arthur Smith has done a great job with this offense as well. We thought this would be more of a Jaylen Warren game, but Najee Harris. Every time you think Najee Harris is dead, it's the Undertaker gift.
Halloween. It's unbelievable.
6th straight game with at least 18 touches. Since week 6, he's the 15th best running back in fantasy. Najee is. Warren doesn't do a ton in this game. Every time he touched the ball, though, he looked explosive.
He always looks awesome. You just need him out there.
But here's my question for you guys. Do you think we are seeing now an emergence of Pat Freiermuth as this passing offense starts to get going. So 6 for 68 and a touchdown here on 7 targets. His highest target share since week 4 was 19%. It's only his 3rd game this season with double-digit fantasy points. And this is a game, again, which was sort of like a back and forth where they scored over 40. So, like, it doesn't feel like Steeler football. Are we buying Pat Freiermuth, or we're just kind of like, good day at the office because of game script here?
I gotta say, I have no idea what to make of the Steelers offense. I still remember how bad they looked 2 weeks ago against Baltimore, where Russ threw one of the worst picks I've seen, and they couldn't move the ball at all. And they scored a touchdown in that game. And they didn't look great against the Browns on offense, but again, that was in the snow, a bit of a weird game. And they go up against the Bengals defense, and they eviscerate them. And the Bengals don't have a good defense, but to eviscerate anyone to this level in the NFL is a good sign. Look, I think it was just the best possible matchup for Pat Freiermuth, so I don't think that he is like a tight end 1 going forward, but he may be playable. And when you look at Pittsburgh's schedule going forward...
Yes, that's the thing. This is a brutal... They needed this win.
Yeah.
They needed this win because it gets ugly coming up. You see it there on your screen. They're home to the Browns this week. Okay, great. Then they're
Who just beat them?
Right, exactly. No, but like you think that, but the Browns will be traveling on a short week. The Browns.
Yeah, the Steelers will be favored in this.
The Steelers are 6.5 point favorites.
Yeah, exactly. But so week 15 at the Eagles, week 16 at the Ravens, week 17 home to the Chiefs
on Christmas,
and then week 18 home to the Bengals, a Bengals team that'll have nothing to play for and just play loose and F it. You know?
Joe Burrow 50 pass attempts.
Exactly.
Run up the numbers.
I'm sure Joe Burrow's going to be playing by
No, I know. It's
probably not.
You probably shut him down, even a meaningless game.
Yeah.
But still,
1,000%. But
it's
still,
tough. It's a tough stretch.
But still, like, whatever. Eagles, Ravens, Chiefs that's as tough a 3-game stretch as there is in the NFL. And by the way, that's all during the fantasy playoffs as well. So just something to think about for people that have been counting on their Steelers. I don't think you're doing much, at this point, trade deadline is passed in almost every league, but just something to keep an eye on there as you're sort of planning out your playoff lineups. Yeah. Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBCSports.com and RotoWorld.com, and I want to thank you so much for watching whatever it is you just watched, or if nothing else, being too lazy to click out of the autoplay after this video started, after whatever it is you actually wanted to watch finished. But now that you're here, I'd like to take a moment here to ask you respectfully now, okay? I'm asking you respectfully to subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel. You'll get the latest Roto-World fantasy news headlines, all sorts of great shows, including my own Fantasy Football Happy Hour. So go subscribe now. Again, I'm asking respectfully.